Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, that was insane. Oh my god. That was a choke and a half. Level 1 Genesis Rider here with a special, slightly lengthy video here for you today. These are two gameplays ripped directly from my live stream, where I went solo queue into the Big Team Battle playlist in Halo Infinite and faced a clan twice, back-to-back, in two different Slayer games. This clan is called Soldiers of Retribution. So the majority of the enemy team players you will see me fighting against are communicating together and on the same team. And these ended up being incredibly good, very, very close games that I ended up performing pretty well in. The second game has one of the most insane comebacks I have ever experienced in a Slayer game in Halo Infinite today. Keep in mind, it's only to 100 kills, so you don't have a lot of time. Both games end up being a little short, but the reason the video is long is because I do go over both of these gameplays in theater mode directly after completing them, giving a few insights and details into my gameplay and what happened during the game. So hopefully that's of interest to you. If you want to skip to a certain portion of the film or just skip to the next game entirely, you can check out the timestamps in the description. Again, this was Soldiers of Retribution. They have a website and things of that nature. But if you want to see more gameplay like this, go to twitch.tv/GenesisRider, where I'm live multiple days a week. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next capture or whatever I end up recording. Peace, guys. I'm going to try to get better at sniping on this map slightly. I like to try to snipe this map if possible. Peek out here, I don't know. Dude, that's so annoying. I think that's probably the most obvious snipe angle. But wow. That is extremely low. Wait. Did we... Okay, you got the sniper. That's good. That's good. Not sure I need... Oh. How do we get... Both are dead. Try to get the... did it spawn? This teammate's gonna 100% like... I'm gonna try this. I've never actually tried this before, just FYI. I've never actually tried this. I'm actually gonna stay here. I see people. Trying to rotate. Oh, that's embarrassing. Definitely should have gotten that. Okay, sniper's up not too long from now. How's this guy behind? What? Oh, he's camo. Never mind. I was like, how? How? Okay, we need to immediately get back to the base and try to get a sniper here. That's just what I'm trying to do for this game, especially because of Slayer. Please don't get chalk. Okay, just trying to check on... Okay, our weapons are up. Teammate does not realize. Please, for the love of God, don't get sniper. sniper. Bottom middle. That's a good kill. I don't think... So I'm going to try this. I actually don't know if this is even valid to do this. I actually have no idea. Okay, that was bad. This is actually not great. Hold on. I feel like we're gonna get... Oh god. Nope. Great. I tried. Just trying to stay alive there, trying to make sure my team, it's as hard as possible for them to do anything. They have a Banshee. Oh, no, we have a Banshee. I think that was our Banshee. What are we doing there? Our Wraith is coming up. And I'm just gonna, okay, this may be my Wraith grab. This, unfortunately, this is my Wraith grab. So remember, I'm only doing this because I didn't see both snipers were up. Both snipers were not up, so I'm just... This guy is playing strange, so I'm wondering if he has a camo or something. Oop.
In my sights. Target spotted.
I mean, that is a really bad play from that Krubs player. I don't know why he was playing that way. Weak in the Wraith. Not bad. Got one. Gotta stay alive here. I need my teammates to do something here, man. Like, we can't just sit back. Oh no, teammate. I'm gonna have to push top bridge. Unfortunately, I'm weak, and I have to push top bridge. Like, this is really unfortunate.
Enemy there. In my sights.
Never killed him. Like, what are we doing? We never killed him. Yeah, I gotta be really careful with this situation. I'm gonna have to destroy their Banshee. Yeah, I'm gonna have to destroy it. So sorry, teammate, but I'm gonna die. Yep, I gotta get out of here immediately. Their Wraith is gonna immediately push me. I dodge the other side of the bridge. He's gonna shoot across. He's gonna miss. I absolutely cannot get killed by their Wraith here. Way too close to the game. We have to be so careful, man. This is so bad. That's so bad. I don't understand why I keep missing shots like that. I keep shooting over them, and I'm not entirely sure why. I think I just have to aim so much lower than I am. It's really, really, really bad. Okay. Trying to get top middle. We got some good kills. We got some good map positioning as well. I can't wait for rockets here. On a Wraith, on a Wraith, on a Wraith, on a Wraith. I gotta crouch up and down, crouch up and down. Oh my god. Can't believe I just got that. Where is their sniper? Okay. Corrupts, how are you doing, man? How's the game been for you? They still could win this. They definitely still could win this. Oh, that's not good. Let's keep rotating here. We gotta stay alive. I mean, I don't think Corrupts understand what's happening here, man. See it? Oh my god. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! That was insane. That was insane. Sit down. Sit down. I was running that kid the whole game. That was a really... For those of you not aware, just beat a clan. Solo queue. Just beat a clan. Insane. Insane. Okay, so this is... we just played this game. This is a 16-4 game in Slayer. We won by 4 kills. They absolutely were teamed up on the enemy team. Because they all had matching, not all of them, but many of them had matching emblems, okay? So we're not randomly like, oh, okay, we just found a random group of people. No, we beat a team, literally, okay? Now, I think Pakistan Jones went 14-9. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but that was +5. Not a single other player on our team went that positive. Now, in general, in this map, when you get snipers, especially in Slayer, you are going to perform the best on your team, normally speaking, unless your Wraith has a crazy game or your Banshee does. So this is a mostly non-vehicle game. Now, in this situation, I don't, I'm not perfect in this game. Okay, there's multiple things that I do that's like, I'm not sure it worked out or was wrong. One of the reasons why I'm going for sniper here in the solo queue game is because I'm not very good with a snipe on this map. I'm just not. Contrary to the game you just watched, I just don't feel like I am. So that's why I was trying to go for the sniper to try to do better. So I ended up going 16-4, which is pretty good. But I just get destroyed off the start here. Their sniper's pretty good. I think this Corrupts. The Corrupts, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it, man. I don't know. Were you teaming, Corrupts? Were you teaming with those people on your team, or were you just like solo queuing and happened to end up on the roster? I don't think you had a matching emblem. I could be wrong. But I think this was Corrupt here. I could be wrong. So yeah, he snipes me off the start, and then I respawn. My teammate has grabbed the sniper, but then I'm going to go for the shock rifle. Now, it's very important to understand it will despawn in approximately 10 to 15 seconds as long as it's not interacted with. So it is not considered a power weapon. And I'm going to repeat what I just said. The shock rifle is not considered a power weapon. In the in-game sandbox, it will despawn extremely quickly off the ground. So that's why I immediately sprint back. This is a very lucky spawn. My teammate kills the ghost behind me. This is great, okay? Now, I actually didn't even... Wow. I didn't even see this guy up here. Holy crap. I didn't even see that guy up there. What the heck? Is that like a... Hold on. Is that like a strat or something? Oh, he almost killed me, too. Wait, is this... Hold on. Is this Corrupts, too? Wait. No, it's this guy. Timo Wolf? Okay, yeah, no, you can go up there. Wow. Well, wait, why doesn't... Wait. I'm sorry for the blurriness. I'm sorry, I can see through the wall, so he can't see either of these players. Sorry. These two players he cannot see. My bad. I thought he could see them. No, so he sees me. Almost gets me. No way. He almost dies. Dude. All right, let's go ahead and go back to my POV here. I'd never seen that before. I happen to pick up... I don't know how these rockets are here. I really don't know how that ended up happening. Now, they're all spawning in their base, so this is really interesting. because they all spawn in their base. Now, in this situation, it's, again, extremely good pick on that guy who just happened to grab rockets. Most of the time, you're not going to get that pick. Almost picked him again in the game. In this situation, the thing I'm very acutely aware of is that the Banshee could round the corner and just blame me at any moment. This is a very bad position to be in if you're fighting an enemy Banshee. And to be fair, most players are going to be looking at this position. So you want to be prepared to drop at a moment's notice. Even kind of like edging off of this little, right like I'm doing right now. Right like I'm doing right now. Sounds a little sus, right? But you can edge off this like little side cliff. You can drop down this little incline part here, and it makes your head like go up and down, like to where it's harder to shoot you, essentially. A lot of players end up not doing this, and it's a crucial mistake. You have to be doing this because it minimizes your body position. So notice how, less of my body is visible over here. And you really, really want to be doing that if at all possible. I saw there was a guy here. I immediately see that guy. One of my shots doesn't land. You have to connect, I believe, all 3 bullets from both shots. This is very, very, very heads up. So what I'm going to do here, the moment I see that there are 2 players, I know I want to use my rockets, but I want to fake them into throwing their grenades first, okay? 90% of the people in this situation wouldn't do this, okay? Ended up surviving, even though I'm facing 2 people with this low shields. The reason I do that is because I intentionally make them throw their grenades. You're going to see how they stop shooting. Both of them end up throwing their nades. Now notice how I paused exactly to the point where they're both going to throw, because why did I do that? They're both not going to be able to shoot while they're throwing their grenades, and they're both going to die because of it. 1, 2, they're both dead. This is very important. You can bait out grenades from a player if they perceive that you're in a weakened position where they can throw grenades to, and that's exactly what happened. So here I'm acutely aware that this is not something I do. This is exactly why you solo queue. I have not done this play very often, where you grapple up through this. This is actually how I got, I think, behind Corrupts twice, I think, is what ended up happening. But I was behind him right here. That's how I think I shot him in the back, but I didn't end up getting the kill. I was a little hesitant. I wasn't sure if I should have dropped there. But I just decided, no, I'm going to stay on the side. I don't want to chase kills. I see that my teammate is fighting someone, so I know there are people in this base. I know there are. I start getting shot from the side. I see there's a guy over here. The rockets just spawned, so I'm going to kind of... What's really cool is that this theater mode is showing where I'm marked. You guys see the little markers? Sometimes the theater mode never shows that. Like the even the observer mode, sometimes it'll never show where you mark sometimes. So I'm very surprised it was here. So I end up almost killing him. That's the second time I kind of almost kill him there. That's a pretty tough angle to hit any shots on unless they're going for rockets. I know they're here. The thing that you want to do here is you want to make them guess where you are. And this happened several times during this film, okay? You want to make them guess where you are with a sniper. So I'm crouching behind the rock, and then I'm moving my position and then peeking up again. You don't want to pop the same position over and over and over and over again. That's really dumb. It seems intuitive, but so many people don't do it. I ended up missing quite a few shots in that guy. My teammate got the kill. Definitely want to go over here, but I only have a grapple. Ended up missing on that guy. Kind of embarrassing. There is a camo guy right there next to me. That guy right there, that is a camo guy. I had no idea. I had no idea. This guy totally surprised me. And I had just no clue. I said, like, what? During the film, but then I saw he had camo. So let's just speed through that kind of respawn here. Kind of spawn nearer the lift. Don't be hesitant to lift back to the base here. You can absolutely do that. When you're seeing that the spawn is so close, I immediately want to go for the S7. I can give the shock to someone else. The S7 is more useful on this map due to it being better against the Banshee. Now, the shock rifle is also okay against the Banshee, but the shock rifle doesn't do much damage to the Banshee. There's a lot of places to get away with the Banshee, so I tend to want to opt towards the S7 a little bit more, even though the shock rifle, I believe, can technically kill more people with a full shock rifle if you're hitting all headshots. I'm waiting for him to peek again, but I want people to notice what I'm looking at here, okay? So in this situation, what I'm looking at here is the only reason I'm holding or hard scoping this angle, look where he's looking, okay? So in this situation, I know that he's not going to necessarily peek the corner and be looking directly at me. He's going to be looking at my teammate because he's looking over here in this direction, okay, over there. So he's going to be slowly turning this way, and the first person he's going to see are these two people that are in front of me. So I'm using that to my advantage and making him peek and then get the headshot snipe on it. That's a double metal duplicate there. That shouldn't be happening. It didn't happen during the live game. I just happened to see that guy go bottom middle and shot him. This play, again, I wasn't sure if I should do this. I wasn't sure, but I knew I could kind of whirl around. That was a bad play or a bad shot there. I think I end up killing this guy AFK in their base again. There were definitely, I think, 2 of my kills were AFK kills for sure, which is obviously not impressive. This guy. You could actually fully see him there. So in this situation, I just want to point out the enemy team is almost 10 kills ahead. So it's not like we're like, oh, we're just slamming the enemy team or anything. This is a full team that we're facing. Well, you know, not a full team, but at least I want to say 6 to 8 people. In this situation, what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to stay alive. Okay, I'm just trying to make it as hard as possible for this player to shoot me. And so I'm just going to slow this down so that you guys can see. So I'm cutting the angle over and over and over again. He does a really good job of backing up, jumping back on top of things. Meleeing a guy in camo is very difficult to do. You do not get any type of bullet magnetism and almost no reticle magnetism on a player that's camo. That's why every single second that goes by where he's not shooting me, the camo recongeals around my armor and he loses his reticle magnetism on me, making it very difficult for him to get the kill. So I'm almost dead here, but you could tell my shields are not flickering yet. Only when my shields regenerate do they do a slight flicker, which I don't think just showed in the theater mode film there. I'm baiting this guy with my teammate. My teammate jumps over, and then boom, got the kill. You tried reading your camo? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that was you though, Corrupts. It's all good, man. I'm reading your message on Xbox Live because they pop up for a second on my right monitor. Thank you for tuning to the stream. I appreciate it. It was. Oh, that was. Oh, that was. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm just trying to play my life for as long as humanly possible. You were about to kill me, but my teammate rushed in. That's what I was hoping my teammate would be able to save me there. But I ended up dying to the Wraith anyway, so it didn't really matter. The worst thing I think that player could have done, who was trying to kill me when I had camo, is like try to chase me around and around that block. The best thing he could have done is jump on top, which is what he did. He tried to kill me in the Wraith there. What you want to be doing when you're throwing grenades, and this I would be saying this regardless of whether you're in the chat or not, by the way, not trying to pick on you. You got to be aiming for the hatch. You have to be aiming for the hatch. Your first nade makes sense, but I don't think you're watching your radar here because there's a guy right next to this, but I absolutely would have died if you had hit my hatch. Now, I do slide to the side, which is intentional, but this next nade needed to be a little bit better placed. You could have definitely... Oh, it was close to the hatch. To be fair, it was close to the hatch, but it's not going to quite take me out. You have to hit it kind of on this general area, but very, very, very close for sure. I think there was a point later on also where you jump out and try to get the kills. Plasma nades do a lot of damage to the vehicles. I get sniped from the sides. I'm already pretty weak. Sorry, I gotta go to someone's POV here so I can switch back. I can't go to quote-unquote first person. I think that maybe you again, I'm not sure. I almost died, but again, I'm turning my Wraith very, very, very carefully so the nades will hit kind of on the side away from the hatch. If I were to turn and face him right now, I have no shields. He could easily headshot me out, and I absolutely do not want that to happen. So I'm going to rotate away very, very, very carefully here. Thought he might jump up, doing a good job of kind of playing his life, staying away. I think this is a different player, actually. He's going to jack me, but that's not going to matter. I'm just going to kill him. There's none of his teammates around. I switch seats to tank the nade. So the moment you switch seats, even though the nade explodes on you, you don't take any damage from it, and you just switch seats back into the driver's seat again. A lot of people don't know that for some reason. I really don't know why. If you jack the Wraith from behind, you drag it from the front, if you plant an nade, that does not mean the Wraith is dead. It doesn't put the Wraith in down state. And it doesn't mean the driver will take damage if the driver switches seats to the gunner. That's why you don't want to get in the gunner of the Wraith. You want your teammate to always be able to switch seats into the gunner position to avoid that Wraith damage. It's kind of like in the Banshee, people don't know that you can flip off someone from your Banshee when they're grappling you by backflipping. A lot of people don't know that for some reason. Pakistan Jones, I'll shout out him. He went 14-9 in this game, positive 5. He was the second best player in the team by far. Now, this is crucial, okay? This comes, again, the enemy team is still ahead, okay? This entire, I'd say that from here on, the ending sequence and the plays I'm going to be making kind of break them down because most, again, I repeat myself, most players would not make some of the plays I'm about to make here. So I know they're all to my left. I see their Banshee is up. I end up destroying it. That was I fired the shot before I realized Pakistan Jones was lifting for their Banshee. Okay, this is a very good play by Pakistan Jones. I apologize about this. I didn't realize, but the game is too close. Okay, I would have let him get Banshee if I'd known. That's my bad. I immediately see that there are people to my left and this Wraith has a health pack on him. I'm going to immediately go away, and then I'm going to cut across the bridge at a diagonal angle so that if that shot he had just fired was arcing across the bridge, it would have missed me entirely. I turn around, I cut the angle, I see that they have a shock rifle, I pause for a second so he can't hit the second shot on me, and then I'm going to go back, I'm going to destroy that vehicle, and then I'm going to start kind of lobbing shots across. The main thing I'm worried about is while the score is tied, I don't want to be out of the fight for too long because I'm the one getting a lot of kills on our team, and if I'm just sitting back in the Wraith getting one kill every 2 minutes, that's not going to do much. I want to try to suppress their sniper. You notice kind of the play I made here. This is very, very important to kind of realize. This guy may have a sniper in this tunnel to my left. That's why you'll see me kind of do this little dipsy doodle off to the right, kind of turn my Wraith very suddenly. The moment I shoot, and you see how immediately I dipping to the right because I'm turning my hatch away from him so that he, if in case he saw me or had a clear shot at me, he couldn't headshot me out of the range. I'm also keeping close tabs on this guy on my radar, but he's in the enemy tunnel up to my top right. This is, again, just a really bad play for me. I should have aimed lower in the Wraith and shot, but I think one of my wings was actually off. No, it wasn't. If your wings in the back of the Wraith are destroyed right here, these two little wings in the back, you actually can't aim downwards too much, but he ends up just getting a really good kill. I just ended up dying. The boosting in the chopper does massive damage to enemy vehicles. It's really, really, really good in this game. It's one of the best things you can use the chopper for easily. That was just a really good play. That almost actually turned the tide of the game for them. Now, I see the rockets are up, and some people may go, okay, why did you skip that? We have to get into fights, okay? I got to try to get top middle, save my teammates. I'm hoping my teammates behind me will get this. I believe the rockets are marked. So I'm going to immediately try to lift across to help my teammates. This is a potential to be sniped here, but again, I want to be putting myself into the fight quickly, and miracle of miracles, I somehow run across an S7 that's up here, okay? How this is here, how my teammate hasn't grabbed it, how it's a full sniper, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I guess teammate died with it. I'm able to turn and provide some really good counterfire. I think I just killed Grubs there. And then I'm just kind of pinging over to where they are, trying to tell my teammates, look, that's where they are. Watch out. Again, this is a really risky position to be in, but I know they're all in front of me. This is key. I know that they are all in front of me here. I'm trying to protect my teammates, get as much damage down as possible, not timing my headshot there. I see that they're one of the things that I mentally know and would be doing if I was on the enemy team in this situation is I would be grabbing the shock rifle and I would be posting up top base to try to get kills. I knew this and was trying to predict this before I even get this next kill. I do not know that they have shock rifle right now. I have no clue. So I'm just kind of throwing that in that door because I know I'm going to get a few hit markers there. Then, of course, I see the guy. Boom. Boom. Okay. I know that he's going to be in their base with, shock rifle somewhere. Most likely. Didn't know he was going to be there, but just had a kind of inkling, because that's what I would do. If I was getting, the score was like this. Now, keep in mind, that player I just killed, okay, likely knows I'm over here right now. Now, I'm going to change to the drop wall because it's really, really important in this situation. I could keep the repulsor, but it's better because it would give me maybe a one-shot advantage on someone coming around the corner, and I can get a free kill on them. So in this situation, I see that the sniper is up. I also just heard that the enemy team got their Banshee. This whole situation is extremely important because the enemy team is, I believe they are up by a few kills. I could be wrong. Maybe we're up by a few kills. Sometimes the colors switch. No, I'm sorry. We're up. Sorry. We're up by a couple kills, I believe, right now. So we got to try to keep this lead, but the game gets really close. Now, you can see he sees, the Krups, I believe, sees that the S7 is spawning, but you see how I'm remaining off the radar here. I want to bait people into me, and then I'm going to end up just getting a free kill here, okay? This is very intentional, okay? The movement I made here, the fact that I wasn't peeking up constantly over the side ledge, I'm waiting for them to just come up here and, like, get a kill because their Banshee just spawned. I don't know where that, I'm trying to get the S7 so I can take down the Banshee. What's up, technician? How you doing, man? So I'm waiting for the S7 to come up, and I'm very aware that they're going to probably come back for this. They have double Banshees. They have 2 Banshees. One of them is right here, through the wall here, and one of them is right here, through the wall here. So I can see the pink outline. It's kind of hard to see. I immediately throw that, grab it, reload. I see that this guy is coming around the corner. So I know that he's probably going to do this. I have a shock. My teammate is going to help me and distract, which is fantastic. Gets the... I end up putting a little bit of damage on him. My teammate is, again, saving my ass. I probably would have died there. Is this the original map or based off a past Halo? This is an original map. But I've played all the Halos, all the Bay Team Battle, and all Halos. I've never seen this particular map. So we end up actually destroying the Banshee there. This is a crazy shot. I mean, this is just disgusting. Is this an original map or base? It looks fun. It is. It's a really good map, but it's a hard map to master. Visually very similar to some other maps. Yes. So this is just a really, really good shot. A very lucky shot, to be honest. I just happened to turn. I think we end up. Oh, that's really laggy in the theater mode film on that Banshee there. The kill effect on the kill was icing on the cake, though. Yeah. That I picked up the sniper from the ground. I shot your D-wall the second it plopped. Yep, you did. Yep, I saw that. Yep, I saw that. You did. Props is actually in the chat right now. He actually followed the stream, so shout out to him. They only were 4 kills behind there, but we ended up winning the game. Yeah, I don't think it really sucked, but... Okay, so it's Slayer. I'm just going to go ahead and go down to... Okay. This guy's going to get the sniper, which is fine. I had to change my button configuration there. I changed it for the theater film. Okay, gonna mark where this guy is. That's really unfortunate. That's really, really, really unfortunate. No main stage in UK. Yeah. Yeah, this is the same. This is the same team actually. All right. So let's see here. Let's see if we can push their base here. Hit double Falcons. It's not a good idea. Good. Well, this is an interesting autocorrect main stage. Yeah, that is weird. Someone was waiting. Looks like this game is going to be over really fast based off the score. Try to peek out here again. Is the skewer? Skewer is not too far away from being up. I may wait for Camo and go to their base. I may do that. This is going to be a really fast game. Okay, killed Viper again. I may get Camo and go for the base. They're going to get Skewer very quickly here. This Falcon is just gonna absolutely devastate. Poor Viper, man. That sucks. Yeah, their Falcons are just devastating our team. Try to get to their base a little bit. Poor Viper, man. This is like unfortunate for him, man. Yeah, he did. He did. Gotta be really careful though where they're. Wow, finally killed him. He's gonna teabag me. Oh, I would totally expect him to teabag me there. I would totally expect him to teabag me there. Oh, Paxton went down the Wasp. That's not good. We need to try to get top. I'm gonna try to help my teammate top middle here. Soon. Rotate back around. Try to see what I can pick up here. Okay, I'm actually gonna wait for next camo as well. I know that sounds lame, but I am gonna wait for that. Let's get rid of it. If he comes back, that would be so funny. I didn't need to pop the camo that early. That's actually my bad. Oh man, we're actually spawning. This is not good. We need to get to spawn. Okay, I'm gonna make a decision to turn around here. This could be a really, really bad decision. Don't see where they are right now, man. That's insane. That's insane. That is the scoped DMR for you that can't be descoped. Just can zoom in. No problem there. Oh dear. This is not good. Get killed momentarily. We have to get in vehicles, essentially. Like, this is really, really, really bad. Dude, I mean, teammate, turn around. He's right behind you. What are you doing? How did he see you so well, or was Kim? How did he see you so well, or was Kim already gone? I think my camo may have been gone. I don't know. I don't know. That's insane. That's insane. Okay, let's try to pick up this. Okay, mate, you're gonna have to actually do something here. Nope. Mate, please, for the love of God, actually get the kill. Thank God. Really, really, really quickly. Dude, come on, man. Alright. Yeah, they're gonna win momentarily unless we just do some massive slaying here. Have to do some massive slaying. I mean, it can... Wait. There's no way. my god, there's no way. You guys are choking, by the way. Just FYI. You guys are 100% choking. They all spawn on this side, I think. Where are they? Like, wait, where are they spawn? They spawn behind. That's insane. Where did they spawn? Okay, a lot of middle. Sniper, they have sniper. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was a choke and a half. Holy F. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of walk you guys through what my thought process is in this game. This was an insane Slayer comeback. You will almost never see a game like this, quite like this again, particularly with the vehicle control being so dominant from their team. I mean, it was really good from their team off the start of this game. So we're going to go ahead and go forward here. My teammate goes ahead and I had to readjust my controller back from watching the previous theater mode film where we beat the same team by 4 kills. So that's why I wasn't able to grab the ghost as quickly and get to the sniper like this guy was. So off the start here, I'm just going to kind of zoom around at the ghost. I'm going to try to kind of engage their sniper, but this guy does have a grapple, to be fair. And this is a really good play. He kind of curves himself off against the wall as he's grappling me, so I can't really kill him as he's grappling towards me. Gets the ghost, kicks me out of it. Thankfully, I'm able to kind of escape almost, but then I get blown up. The Wasp had really good double rockets on me there. This game is not perfect by any means, but man, somehow I spawned middle here. This is kind of wild, actually. Like, I was not expecting to spawn mid. I'm actually going to check to make sure this is me. Yeah, it is me. Sometimes this film will randomly skip players. So I see this, and I see that, okay, the Falcon's here, but I know that the Falcon's probably going to come around and just beam me because I just shot them. But I'm thinking, okay, maybe I need to... I see 2 Falcons, and I'm like, oh man, I'm dead. I'm dead here. So I quickly repulse back behind the rock, and I'm like, I got to get into the tunnel. I'm about to die, and I do almost die to the Falcon. They were hunting me down. This is a very, very, very lucky kind of catch here. This guy, by the way, sees me when he turns around. He sees me sprint up on his radar. He doesn't actually see me on his radar here. Like right now he does. But the reason he saw me and just turned around is because I'm sprinting. The radar in Halo Infinite in Big Team Battle has something called edge scanning, or like edge efficiency, where you can see a player using an ability, shooting, or sprinting outside the edge of your radar. In other words, on the very edge of your radar, I believe it goes to 36 feet. So, sorry, 36 meters. Right here in the bottom left-hand corner, it's only 24 meters. That's to the edge of the radar. But you can see past that if someone is sprinting, shooting, or using an ability to, I believe, 36 meters on Big Team Battle. It's crazy. It's really good. That's why you don't want to be sprinting like all the time. But I did sprint in the tunnel, and that's how he saw me there. Just to let you know, like, how he even knew I was there. So that situation, he should have fired 1 heat wave and then switched to his other weapon. I double heat wave here because I'm thinking they're going to come right behind me and get that. In this situation, I'm just going to grab the heat wave. I know that the next camo is going to spawn in like 30 seconds or so. So I'm just going to kind of wait here. We can kind of speed through these portions of the film. He comes back for me, okay? So he spawns here and comes back for me, and I'm ready for that, okay? He wanted to pull out his assault rifle there. So I'm just going to, again, kind of zoom past this as we grab the camo. And I know he's probably going to come back. This guy, I'm not sure if this guy is using a headset or not, okay? So I end up, this is crucial, okay? You must be crouching in these corners and these nooks and crannies because they are much, much, much deeper than you think they are. I'm actually in the wall here. Actually slip my camera into the wall. This side is much deeper on the side and edge of this. You see that? How it's much like more easy to like sit around. You can even sit on, I believe, on top of this ledge, I think, on the top here. Anyway, you can be on the top there, and right here where I'm pointing my camera, right here, back there, you can also kind of tuck in the corner there a little bit. So that's really nice to be able to do. And you can see I kind of come around, and then he does use the repulse, which is good. He tries to repulse me back into his grenade, but his nade was a little too deep into the pocket here. Now, right here, I'm trying to... I love how the theater mode film is showing where I'm peeing. I love that. Sometimes it doesn't do that. I'm trying to ping, let these players know kind of where these enemy players are. This is the same dude. It's really unfortunate. He knows probably I'm coming around here. I see that there's a stalker rifle up, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Go ahead and grab that and immediately try to push. I end up sticking that hog as it goes around the corner and end up killing him. They are 43 and 17. They have 43 kills to our 17. Like I don't know if anyone else is going, yeah, this is chalked. But yeah, this is why you never give up in a film right here. So I end up getting that kill top base. I get the Hydra. I'm just focusing on what I'm doing. Okay, I'm trying to get the Hydra, trying to get to their base. I'm trying to find the air vehicles and take them out. Maybe I won't be able to do that, but hey, Pakistan Jones, he's got the Wasp. He's a pretty decent player in the vehicles. He goes for them literally all the time. I dropped down here. It's not a good play. End up getting double teamed. That's the guy who finally ended up killing Viper, I believe. He did finally kill for his teammate. Bad play on my part. I shouldn't have dropped. Just dumb play. So right here, I immediately see, and I even called this out when I was live streaming this game. I saw that my teammates are center shelf right here, and I want to try to get to them as soon as possible. I didn't see too many air vehicles up, so I know I'm probably okay to lift center. This is a good long-range weapon to get, and I'm just going to try to get some shots down. But I'm going to turn and flank through the tunnel because I know the camo's coming up in 30 seconds. It's up every odd digit. For those of you who don't know, most power-ups on most maps, particularly in Big Team Battle, are up every odd digit. So that would be 15, the start of the game, 13, 11, 9, etc. Etc. How you want to say that. I just had my spoon randomly stolen by a cutie pie. So I'm going to go for the camo here. Sorry, I'm going to go ahead and speed past this. I'm not trying to bore anyone. This is the little part I was talking about right here. That's a little cubby you can kind of sit in if you want to. Anyway, so the enemy team is 57 kills to our 28 at this point. I mean, they are murdering our team. Mostly through vehicle superiority, but as you can see, they've kind of lost some of their air vehicles. I'm marking the S7 desperately for my teammates. This is a pretty big decision as far as what I'm going to do here. A lot of players would kind of have assumed, okay, I know that the enemy team originally spawned on this side, to my left, this side, right? And to be fair, a lot of players are there, but my teammates are over there and getting kills. I want to try to fan out and pick off the people that I can find maybe mid-map. I know I'm probably not going to be able to go mid-map for the rest of the game, but I have a camo, so I can kind of afford to do that, so to speak, if that makes sense. So I'm able to go around here. And I'm just going to try to cut through center and try to find maybe an easy kill. I'm trying to mark for my teammates wherever people are. Again, I'm just going to kind of sneak up on this guy, get a quick kill on the back there. This guy kind of sees me. I'm able to get some shots at him. He zooms in with his DMR. You cannot descope a smart scoped DMR. This is not a Bandit Evo. This is the base Bandit. So it means I can't descope him, which is really unfortunate. He ends up getting some really good shots on me. Zooms in, gets a perfect kill. These are really good shots on these. Definitely should have got that kill and definitely should not have died. But again, we are 38 to their 67. They have practically doubled our score with only, 30 kills remaining in the game, 31 kills remaining. So this is a GG if I've ever seen one. Now I hit 70 to 40. We're 30 kills behind. That's insane. I mean, we're not going to catch up. Right? Right? So, this is where things start to get really hairy for their team. Because I can tell that they're still spawning in this base. You know how earlier I said I assumed that they maybe weren't in this base or my teammates were there, so I cut through middle with camo? Well, because of that kind of sort of misplay, I kind of went, okay, I think they're still spawning at their base. right? Notice that the enemy players are not AFK. They're all playing. Okay, that guy in the back paused for a brief second. Then I think Corrupts, who was actually in the chat earlier, he ends up getting a good pick on me from the right, ends up killing me. That was really unfortunate. That could have easily, you know, affected the game. Somehow, you know, their game's pretty, you know, they're going up. They're still 73 to our 47. We're getting some decent kills. This is where we start to climb back into the game a little bit, but it just gets kind of out of hand here. This is a great play by the enemy player. I believe he drops down here. I end up getting a shot on him. He body shots me and then ends up cleaning me up. Very, very good shots on his part. I think I missed my final shot or something like that. So at this point in the game, we're thinking, right? Like, look, it's 80 to 51. I mean, so here I get into the Falcon, and the reason I get out here is because I know my teammate's about to die, okay? And this guy's about to get the Wasp. I can't do anything in the Falcon here. I'm sorry, I can't. This is a very, like, a lot of players would not have made this play. This ends up winning us the game, and I'm not kidding at all when I say that. This play ends up loosely winning us the game. This guy cannot die top base on this Wasp. This absolutely, if you're looking for a pivotal turning point moment in the game, this is it. Absolutely. Now, why? Because this guy ends up thinking he can get an easy kill on me, but I have a stalker rifle. I'm utilizing the weapon that I just had. Okay, yeah, it did. It literally just froze. So I ended up getting 2 body shots on him, cleaning it up, and it doesn't show it here, but I did zoom in using the fact that I have a smart scope DMR. He can't descope me, and I end up cleaning him up for the headshot. That's a really, really, really clutch kill. Apologies for the random lag there. I have no idea why that happened. Cleaner here. Yep, I end up re-zooming in, getting the body shot on him, and I end up cleaning him up there. I may have not even headshot him there. So now I'm going to wait. I'm going to turn, try to get the damage down on the guy who has sniper off to his side. He ends up... My teammate does end up killing their sniper, which is also... That's very good. That's great. But look at the score. Again, 84 to 57. We're not winning the game. They have 16 kills remaining, right? Wrong. So I repulse over to this. I see the guy going underneath this. I'm pretty darn good on the Wasp. I've been good since the start of the game. I was good in Halo 5 in the Wasp, and I use all 4 paddles underneath my controller in the Wasp. So like I can do everything all at once, including aiming, shooting, switching guns, everything. Okay. Immediately clean it, see this guy, clean him up from the back. Now what's key is what targets I'm taking. The worst thing I can run into is either an enemy air vehicle, skewer, or S7. Okay, we just killed their S7 on that right-hand plat. So I'm trying to pressure the people that I know maybe don't have an S7 or have something else on this side. Unfortunately, because we're so far down in kills, I have to be aggressive. There is no other option. A lot of people in this situation would be like, oh, we got to conserve our deaths, don't die. I'm in a Wasp. I have to be aggressive. Against a good team, I might have died here. But I immediately kind of, I'm looking and scanning over the entire map, trying to see where they all are, okay? So I end up seeing kind of where some players are. They're all to my left, by the way. It's a little hard to see in the, we're going to switch back over here, and I'm going to kind of play it normally. There you go. I go all the way back because I knew this guy wrapped, remember that guy went underneath me when I was in the Wasp? I knew he wrapped to back base. I didn't know if it would be even worth going over to kill him here, okay? The last thing I want to do is run into a ton of enemy players. They all shoot me down and kill me all at once, okay? Again, 86 to 64. They are 22 kills ahead of us. They have 14 kills remaining to win the game. This is almost an impossible game to win, okay? Especially when you're solo queuing and your randoms are doing God knows what on that. But there is a shining saving grace here, and I'm going to switch to it so that you guys can see. Our Falcon is absolutely, you can see right there, our Falcon through the wall there is just pounding them in behind the base. So that's really, really good for us. I gotta switch to another player to go first person here. Sorry. Unfortunately, I have to switch to another player to go first person to then switch back to me so that I'll go first person to the Lost. That's a theater mode bug. I'm gonna pay 3 for 3 industries for that. The number one priority there when I swoop to their base is to kill the guy top base. He had the Hydra. So I keep our Falcon alive while also killing the Hydra guy as top priority. instantly get these 2 kills. I'm amazed they're still spawning at their base. And I'm going to end up trying to track this guy down. I thought he might be waiting on the hog right there. He was actually tucking in the doorway. He ends up staying alive there, which is great. I see some of them bottom center. The worst thing that could happen here is I go high in the wasp. The worst thing I could do here is go really, really, really high in the wasp. So I'm going to try to use the trees. I'm using the trees in line of sight to block my left side. You see that? Then I'm going to go up a little high. I'm going to shoot here. But I am doing that because I'm blocking now my right side with the right-hand rocks right here. I swoop in, get the rocket kill on this guy, turn around. I knew there's another guy here somewhere. End up killing this guy. We are now 8 kills away from their score line. They have gotten, I want to say, what was it, 4 or 5 kills to our last, like, 18 kills. This is a winnable game. Definitely winnable game. I have to be aggressive. I turn around. I still see they're not spawning on our side. Maybe they don't spawn on our side in Slayer. I thought they did. I thought you could flip in Slayer on this map. I was almost positive you could, but totally skipped that guy that spawned on Pride Rock below me, by the way. Spawned on my bottom right. Totally missed him. So I see they're still spawning on this base. So the number one thing I need to check is, are they getting the Hydra top base? And they're not. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this guy up from behind. I need to immediately help out my ghost. So I put some shots into him, or my chopper, I mean. Put some shots into him. The chopper goes down. I am trying to figure out where they are. I can see their bottom middle. So I'm going to immediately try to swoop in, try to kill this guy from the side here. This guy spawns literally in front of me. That should never happen. But unfortunately, the little barrels that were next to him covered the line of sight that I had with his bottom base plate of his spawn. The line of sight tracking is on, I believe, for spawns in this game mode. But for some reason, this is actually a really unfair kill. But he did spawn middle because his teammates are also middle. So why his teammates were running out in the middle of nowhere for the center shot, I don't know. It was not a good play. We're going to clean up most of their team here. I hear their sniper on Pride Rock, and they took down our Falcon, I believe, right here. So this is all on me here. We do have only 1 more kill remaining. Teammates end up cleaning that up, or should I say it could be all on me. That was a crazy comeback. Again, just to put things in perspective here, I want to switch back to like midway through the film so show you guys the score. Okay? 22 to 49. Okay? 22 to 49. 54 to 28. Okay? 60 to 32. That's their score. Okay? There's a point where it's like 80 to 47 or something. It's insane. Like, we're not supposed to win this game. There's no way we're going to win this game. It's 80 to 52. That's crazy. That is a crazy comeback.